Hi, I'm Leona Holloway. My co-authors are Matt Butler and Kim Marriott. We're from Monash University in Australia, and our paper is on 3D printed street crossings. Orientation and mobility training, or O&M, supports people who are blind or have low vision to develop the skills they need to know where they are and to travel where they want to go independently and safely. First comes concept development, gaining an understanding of the elements in the environment and their spatial relationships. To achieve this in the case of street crossings, which are a dangerous environment, real-world physical experiences need to be supplemented with model representations. Our project began with interviews with 11 O&M instructors throughout Australia to ask about their current practices for teaching street crossing concepts. They told us that most of this work is done with children, but adults who come from other countries with very different infrastructure also need assistance. They use a wide variety of tools to demonstrate the layout of street crossings because no one tool fits all of their needs. Swirl paper diagrams are popular. The examples on screen are from Lighthouse for the Blind, but they wear out quickly and children might not yet have the skills to decode them. A lot of O&Ms were using handcrafted options such as magnets on a portable whiteboard, raised line drawing kits or collage, with one example here using cardboard and another using lollies or sweets. The main concern with handmade tactile graphics were that they could either take a long time to produce or they would not look professional. Tactile Town is a kit by the American Printing House for the Blind with felt pieces that can be used to give a high-level overview of intersections and neighbourhood layouts, but it doesn't cover details like ramps and driveways that are important. It's also too large and expensive to be used on the street corner, and for these reasons it's used more as a rainy day activity for kids than as a teaching tool. The Cook kit provides durable pieces that do show many of the important details. However, it comes with only 2 square corners and it's no longer available for sale. We hoped that 3D printing could be used to design new pieces to fill the gap. So we asked the same O&M instructors what features they would want in 3D printed kits to demonstrate the key concepts relating to street crossings. They told us that the most important thing is that it must demonstrate the concepts relating to the intersection layout. Ideally, the material should be able to illustrate the most common intersection types, but also be customizable to show a particular intersection that's being learned. The materials need to be durable, lightweight, and small enough to use on site. The pieces need to stay in place when they're being explored by touch. And of course, they need to be tactually distinct for touch readers and high contrast for people with low vision. For adults, they need to look like professional O&M tools. And for children, they need to be engaging and suitable for play-based learning. And finally, clients need to be able to construct their own maps using the tool to demonstrate their understanding. In my first attempt at designing materials to meet the requirements, I designed pieces based on the Cook kit, with corners or straight pieces with a variety of different pram ramps. As with the Cook kit, the scale was 1:64 to align with most toy cars and their accessories. But it quickly became obvious that the kits were too large to be convenient and they were too much like toys for adults. Also, there was no easy way to keep the pieces in place. They were sliding all over the floor or the table when touched. The next more successful version was at 1:128 scale, so smaller, and corner pieces that could fit neatly into a square frame to form one intersection that wouldn't move around. Each corner shows a low road, raised pedestrian crossing lines, the footpath and textured grass, a variety of different pram ramp configurations, and a fence or building line. The road is printed in black and the raised areas are a contrasting colour. Because a range of layouts are available, we hope that these kits could be used for both showing standard and customised intersections. We also made accessories using traffic islands, street signs, and even pedestrians holding white canes that can be used to show concepts of pedestrian movement and traffic flow. We gave the frame a metal base so that accessories like traffic islands and street signs could stay in place with the help of a magnet on the bottom. And testing revealed that the accessories were also great for engagement with working with children. They used them for role play games such as crossing the street to buy lollies, and one of the cars was used as a police car with the O&M making a siren noise if a road rule was broken. O&M instructors use the materials with primary school age children in their homes or on site while exploring a specific corner. And they were also used as part of a group program with a lot of kids together. 2 adult touch readers provided additional feedback. The O&Ms rated the 3D materials in terms of usability and also against the key criteria that we'd identified in the first stage of the research. This was compared with ratings for alternative materials that the O&M said they would have used if the 3D prints weren't available. The 3D prints perform particularly well in terms of durability, portability, demonstrating the key concepts for standard intersections, engagement, and having a professional appearance. Most importantly, the children clearly enjoyed using the materials and they demonstrated learning of important concepts. So the key to any success in this project was the use of a collaborative and iterative design process. The project was driven by a need that was identified by O&M instructors at Guide Dogs Victoria. We drew on the expertise of O&Ms throughout Australia to understand the design requirements, and we tested, remodelled and tested again based on real-world use of the materials. There were several small but important details that we wouldn't have picked up without the input of touch readers. For example, street signs needed to have braille labels because while the shape of a stop sign, for example, is well known to anyone who's sighted, it's not something that a blind person encounters. Likewise, incorporating small suggestions like giving the pedestrians a white cane had a big impact on enjoyment and engagement for the children using the materials. So all of the final designs from this work are now shared on Thingiverse for free download and printing by anyone who'd like to use them. The corners are Thing 5177801, and the files also include details, instructions on what's available and how to print them. Our next steps will be to create pieces that can be used to customise your own corner pieces to cater for the wide variety of streetscapes worldwide. Thank you for your attention. Do please download and use the materials and reach out to us if you're interested in this work. My email is leona.holloway@monash.edu. Thank you.